What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new 2020 Volkswagen Jetta. So if you're familiar with the channel at all, you'll know that I walk through every little piece of this vehicle. This is the SEL Premium in pyrite silver metallic. So it's going to have just about every bell and whistle possible, including the few, emphasis on few, new features specific to the 2020 model. Now let's hit those real quick. First of all, you have the all-new Volkswagen CarNet 2.0. I made an entire video covering everything about this, the remote start features, the lock and unlock, the new user interface, all that good stuff. I've got it linked in the card above if you want to check out a full overview of that. That is new and it is standard on all the new 2020 models. Additionally, they changed the warranty a little bit. So it went from, I think, 6 years, 72,000 miles to 4 years, 50,000 miles. But you do have 2 years of free maintenance included now to kind of soften the blow a little bit. So new change there on the warranty front. And then a few other new little changes. There is a wireless charging pad available, I think, in the SE and above, or maybe just the SEL and the SEL Premium. But we do have it here, so we'll take a look at it. And that's just about everything, in addition to having standard Wi-Fi hotspot now. But that also ties into CarNet and is a subscription-based service. So those are all the things that are new here for 2020. But let's go ahead and just walk through everything as we always do. Starting up front, you've got automatic LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. You've got LED tail lights in the back as well. Halogen fog lights down here. No camera system in the front here, no parking sensors, nothing like that, unfortunately. Under the hood, you've got a 1.4 liter DOHC turbocharged engine. It'll get you 147 horsepower, 40 miles per gallon highway, 30 miles per gallon city. That is impressive fuel economy right there. Really, really nice aspect of the Jetta. All right, before we continue with the content of this video, I did want to mention that I check the analytics of these videos pretty frequently. And I've noticed that about 96% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. If you guys could do me a huge favor and smash the subscribe button, that would really help me, it would really help the channel and our continued growth, and it would allow me to bring you guys more videos like this one and like the 2021 Atlas Cross Sport that we have coming, the all-new redesigned 2020 Atlas, the GTI, I've got videos coming out on that, the Golf R, all kinds of good stuff coming your way to this channel, and it really helps me out. Thanks, guys. Now, as far as design changes go in the front, you're not going to notice anything. This thing got freshly redesigned in 2019, so as you'd expect, not a whole lot going on. You do have a really nice chrome-plated grille here with a nice big Volkswagen badge right there. Just really nice shaped headlights. Everything looks really nice, strong, sporty. Not as sporty as like the GLI would be, or the R-Line with some of its accents, but just a really nice premium look here on the front. Now, the whole thing is supported by the 17-inch alloy wheels here with this really nice kind of two-tone machine finish wheel to it. Looks really, really clean. Volkswagen does a really good job with their rims. So does Subaru. I always like to mention that. Up top, you've got heated windshield wiper nozzles and rain-sensing windshield wipers, which is always a great feature to have. Now, moving on over to the side mirrors, you've got heated power side mirrors here with position memory. They also have integrated turn signals. Looks really helpful, as well as blind spot monitoring, which is always super nice to have. Keyless access here on the door handles as well. You just place your finger on the lock button here and it locks, and then you just place your hand inside the door handle and it will unlock and you can open the door. Up top, you've got a power tilting and sliding panoramic sunroof. And in the back, you've got, like I mentioned, LED tail lights as well as LED license plate lighting. And if you go ahead and open up the rear gate here, you'll notice that you have 14.1 cubic feet of storage space. So actually a pretty spacious trunk for the compact size of the car overall. And that is pretty much everything here on the exterior. Let's go ahead and hop inside the cabin. All right, guys, now that we're inside the cabin, let's take a look at some of this technology. Now, everything in this cabin, from the digital dash to the interior ambient lighting to the infotainment center, it just feels driver-centric. So the entire center console here has a slight tilt and lean towards the driver. So it really makes it feel like this is all for the driver. It's cool. It has just, everything's kind of twisted. So the infotainment and the climate controls are facing you, and then it starts to even out and go kind of straight in line with the rest of the cabin when you get down to the shift knob. So I really, really like that. It makes it feel more like a sports car kind of. So let's go ahead and just get started with the steering wheel here. Now this is a leather wrapped heated steering wheel. You've got your multimedia controls on the right side, and you've got your adaptive cruise control on the left side. Now adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist are only available on the higher trim levels. It's either just the SEL Premium or the SEL and the SEL Premium, one of the two, but it only is available on the higher trims. But you do still get some nice safety features across the board, which is great to see. Right past that, you do have that digital dash that I mentioned. It is really, really nice, really clean. It's the 2.0 dash, so it's got the physical oil temperature gauge and gas gauge on the left and right side, and you are able to change the view of it by using the little controls here. So you can change driver profiles, which is fantastic. It'll change your seat position, mirror position, all that kind of good stuff. And radio controls, apparently. So that made it super loud. But you can also view your assist system, so your adaptive cruise control will be available there. You can have navigation on the screen there, and you can actually use full screen navigation, which is awesome. You can do audio, phone, and then back to your vehicle status, so you can engage and disengage, start, stop, and things like that. You also are able to change the view here, so you can get a little more of a clean design. It still gives you all that vehicle information that you need to see, which safety systems are currently active. You can see your trip calculator, miles till empty, miles since you've started, date, temperature, time, directions, all that kind of stuff. All available on that beautiful screen right there. I'm a huge fan of the digital dash. Volkswagen knows how to do it right, and it's just awesome. So moving on over to the infotainment center here. Now I have a lot of videos talking about kind of walking through all these different features here, but briefly, like I said, you do get radio, so you get all your different stations that you can pre-program and save, AM, FM, Sirius, XM, all that kind of good stuff. Media allows you to do, there's a CD player in the glove box. You still, in 2020, can play CDs still. Hopefully that's gone soon. And then you can do Bluetooth as well there on the media section. Now navigation, as you'd expect, you do get that navigation. Never been a big fan of not just Volkswagen, but any in-vehicle navigation system. Volkswagen's isn't bad. It's pretty responsive. You've got pinch to zoom, all the standard stuff. You can even rotate it a little bit with the buttons there, but it's not terrible. Now, the best part about having the in-vehicle navigation on Volkswagens is the ability to switch it over to the digital dash. So really, that's one of the biggest selling points to Volkswagen's entire system of being able to use that baked-in system right in front of you. I really wish they give you the ability to put on like Google Maps, Apple Maps, Waze, something like that onto the digital dash. That would make it absolutely perfect, just giving people the choice to do it. But unfortunately, it only works currently with the in-vehicle navigation, so I've got it right up there. It looks nice. It allows you to kind of more so keep your eyes on the road. Even though this is kind of angled more towards the driver, you still kind of have to look over, whereas this, you can kind of see it out of your peripheral vision. So it's really worth having, I think, in this case specifically, although I don't typically like in-vehicle navigation systems. They're typically clunky, they take a while to update, things like that. Luckily, this has in-vehicle Wi-Fi, so it's a little bit easier, but I think it still runs off an SD card, so don't love that. Anyway, moving on, you've got Sirius XM Travel Link. This will give you fuel prices. You can actually put your favorite sports teams in there if you want to. I guess if you're on a long road trip and you want to keep track of the score and you don't want to use your phone, which is better, I don't know. It's there nonetheless. Telephone, you can do Bluetooth. Vehicle will give you your economy, basically, your fuel economy. And it gives you tips on how to save on your fuel economy, basically. App Connect, again, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Traffic, just give you traffic basically. And then sound and images, we kind of went over that. So that is the infotainment center there. It's great, it's nice, very clean. Always been a big fan of Volkswagen's infotainment center, so really awesome to have that. Moving on down, you've got dual zone automatic climate control. So obviously split climate, you and your passenger can have completely separate temperatures coming out, all that kind of stuff. I think it's actually in Celsius right now, which is super weird. I don't know why that is. Probably need to adjust that. It also is in kilometers up here, so that's That's not right. We got to get that fixed. But you do have your heated and ventilated seats, and your heated steering wheel button is there as well. So all kinds of good stuff right there, easily accessible, no software buttons, but you do have a nice little LCD screen here on the side showing you what your temperature is. Moving on down to your input output and your little kind of center console pocket here that we're used to seeing on most vehicles these days. You do have a single USB-A port, no USB-C ports, unfortunately. Moving it down a little more, you do have a 12-volt outlet, so that's still there. Inside the glove box, you have one more additional USB-A port, but that's it. You do have a new wireless charging pad that is only available on the higher trim levels and is new for 2020. We talked about that a little bit earlier, but it is right here, and it has a little nice LED light that shines down on it, so you can see where you need to place your phone on that. But that's going to be super helpful for charging when you have multiple devices here in the car. Moving on down, you've got an 8-speed automatic transmission with Tiptronic and sport mode. Push to start engine button is right here. I don't love this placement of the push to start. I prefer it up here more, where you're used to seeing it. I don't know. Maybe it's just old-fashioned to me just to want to reach up to this area to turn the car on, but I've never been a big fan of it being down here. And there's also this weird thing. Tell me in the comments down below if this has ever happened to you, if you guys have an older Volkswagen model. But as these buttons start to age, the lettering on them, the plastic that surrounds the lettering, starts to catch, and it becomes really, really razor sharp. And this only happens on Volkswagens, I swear. I was pulling out an old one of these one time. It was probably a 2016, 2015, and I went to hit the push to start thing, and I swiped my finger along the push to start button, and I think it was the G or the N had a really sharp angle piece sticking out of it. That thing went straight into my finger. I had this massive piece of plastic in my finger for like 2 or 3 weeks. It finally came out on its own, but it was very unpleasant. So I don't know what it is about that little push to start button, but it just causes more harm than good, I think. So maybe they can replace that up in the upcoming models. But anyway, that's a tangent. Sorry for bringing all that up. But you do have an electronic parking brake as well. You have the auto start stop engine turn off button, and then you've got your drive mode selector. So you've got eco, normal, sport, and custom drive modes right there, which also will adjust your interior ambient lighting. Now, speaking of interior ambient lighting, if we go under vehicle, we go to settings, we scroll down to ambient lighting, you can do a couple different things. One, you have automatic, which is what I'm doing right now. So this will change based on my driving mode. So normal has like a white look to it, sport is red, and then eco goes to a nice blue color. But if you want to change it manually, you can do that. So switch it over to manual and you get 10 different color options that you can switch between. So you've got kind of a white, a red, an orange, a lighter orange, kind of a yellowish green, teal blue, a little bit more of like a blue like my jacket here. And then you've got 2 other blues, and one of them is more purple, and then you've got a pink. So you've got 10 different colors of interior lighting that you can mess with. Now, not only does it run all along the dash here, it goes underneath to where that wireless charging pad is. So you got now I've got like a pink color shining down on here. It adjusts the underline highlight under the like the icons on the dash, as well as on the digital dash. It even changes the little compass accents, which is really nice. It really makes it kind of all feel connected. And then you do have it on the door panels as well right here, which looks awesome. So love interior ambient lighting, super cool. 10 color interior ambient lighting here on the Jetta. So moving on down, you've just got a little slot here for change, cords, things like that. 2 cup holders, nothing fancy. Again, we talked about that one USB-A port in the glove box. Inside, the center console. Inside the glove box, you've got the CD player, and then you've got 2 SD card slots where you can insert the navigation one as well as some images if you want to put some on the screen here. But other than that, nothing fancy. Now, as far as the rear view mirror goes, nothing fancy again here, just auto dimming, I think, on this rear view mirror. It doesn't actually look like an auto dimming rear view mirror. I guess it is. It says it is on the window sticker. So we'll go with that. Auto dimming rear view mirror. It doesn't look like it, but you also have the Beats premium audio system here. Not really sure why some Volkswagens use Beats and some use Fender, but I think since the Jetta is kind of this more like funky, with all this lighting features and these, all these different accents to it and stuff, maybe they're trying to make it more appeal to a younger audience, maybe. So slapping the Beats by Dre logo on there. Maybe that's to appeal to a younger audience, who knows. But you do have it in here. It is, as you would expect, super bass heavy. And some people, I haven't had this experience in this specific model, but in some of the other models, I have experienced a little bit of rattling at higher volumes, and even at maybe like 75% volume, 60% volume. So just to keep that in mind, it is a very bass heavy system. So that is the audio there. Now, again, you've got your panoramic sunroof here, controls here. As far as the interior kind of look to it, it's very simple, not a lot going on. You've got kind of this rubber material, some leather wrapped accents on the shift knob, some on the door panels, kind of this two-tone thing. No real accents other than this kind of like brushed metal look to it. It's super smooth and it kind of blends right in. It doesn't stand out. There's no contrast to it at all. So really, they probably did that to allow the interior ambient lighting to shine a little more, I guess, appropriately, but nothing really that stands out too much. Now, as far as seating goes, you do have these Titan black leather seats, heated and ventilated for the driver's side, like I mentioned, 4-way manually adjustable passenger seat, 8-way power adjustable driver's seat with lumbar support and memory features. So you've got 3 different memory settings here on the side, so everything can stay in place depending on who's driving the car. So super nice. Same thing in the back with the Titan black leather seats. Additionally, they are heated, which is awesome. No rear vents, so that heated option actually helps a lot on those cold days. 60/40 folding split rear seats, so you can get a little bit of extra room out of that 14.1 cubic feet of cargo space. No USB ports back there. Super unfortunate. Never, ever a big fan of that. But unfortunately, just not an option here on this, at this price point, I think is pretty much the big deal there. All right, guys, and that is the 2020 Volkswagen Jetta. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Tell me in the comments down below, what's your favorite feature? Do you like the new CarNet system? You a big fan of the interior lighting? Let's have a conversation about it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see all my videos on the all new 2020 Volkswagen models as soon as they hit our lots. We'll see you in the next one.